Hey, how's it going, guys? Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of The Real Deal. This week, we're on the number 7 top 10 reasons why homeowners sell their homes. And this week, we're talking about empty nests. Yes, comes up as the number 7 reason why homeowners sell their homes. Having an empty nest, of course, when your kids are out of the house, they're in college, or they're starting their families. I've had a couple clients recently, actually, where I just had my uncle's house that I sold a couple months ago. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that. Was that really nice upgraded house. Now, that house had been empty for a while. They had, turned that into a investment home. But they finally decided, hey, you know what? It's time to let that one go. I had my clients, Rick and Deborah, last year. Same thing. That was their home that their kids grew up in. But by that time, they had already, grown up and got out of the house, and they just didn't need that much space. So it happens. It's pretty frequent. That's, I think, pretty common, especially here in Arizona. For some reason, it just seems like, I don't know, kids are leaving the house sooner. I know when I was growing up, so I was kind of forced to move out of my house to a certain extent. I had my son pretty young. I was 19. So I moved out when I was 19. But like my sister Melina, she was at the house till she was like 25, 27, I think. So in the Hispanic community, for some reason, we stick longer in our parents' houses than traditional other cultures. So I could definitely see this being a lot more, common. But like I said, most of my family, my sister, even Ruby, she was out of the house young. But then, of course, we had 2 little brothers that came into the picture, and they're still not out of the house. But I could totally see like 2-3 years from now, when my little brothers get out of the house, it's going to be time for my mom to sell. And I actually spoke about her last week where I was talking about the number 8 reason was to try to move closer to family. So these two kind of go together hand in hand. The next 6 that are coming out, these are a lot more frequent, I would say. I think the first 4 we're dealing a lot more with, older clients that deal with, the first one I think was health problems. And then the other one was the maintenance, not having too much maintenance. The one from last week was dealing with family moving closer, and then this one, of course, dealing with the empty nesters. So we'll see how these next 6 roll out. So you guys stay tuned for next week's episode, number 6. It'll be a cool one. And then, of course, if you guys have any family, any friends, any grandparents, any parents that need to sell their house because they have too much, big 3,000 square foot house for a couple, that's a big house. That's a lot of utilities. These electric bills are ridiculously expensive. So if you guys know somebody that's been thinking about selling, interest rates are really good. They can downsize into a much more convenient house. That's going to be a lot easier on the budget, especially if they're on fixed income. That's also huge, But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this week's episode. You guys have a great day and take care.